This is the roots blower. It uses intermeshed lobes to pump air through a system. Has been used in automobile applications as a supercharger. You can vary the motor speed and the valve position. The system consists of the roots blower itself, a motor to drive the roots blower, a speed control panel, a flow restriction valve here, and then the instrumentation. So there's a dynamometer attached to the motor itself, and the moment arm here is attached to a load cell, which can be used to calculate the motor's torque output as well as power output. There's also an orifice plate with the inner diameter labeled, with which you can calculate the airflow rate through the system. Okay. First thing to notice in terms of instrumentation is the power supplies. These should always be switched on before you start taking data. And these power the pressure transducers as well as the load cell. Okay, pressure transducers. So there are 4 pressure transducers on this system. One at the inlet to the roots blower, which is inside the cabinet here. One at the discharge from the roots blower. One upstream of the orifice plate. And one that measures the differential pressure drop across the orifice plate. Okay. There's also a power cell, which looks like this. Let's see. Using a power cell is more accurate than using the motor AC voltage and AC current to calculate power, because it includes a power factor and it accounts for 3-phase power. Okay, that's the power cell. In addition to the power cell and pressure transducers, there are 5 thermocouples. One at the air inlet, again inside the cabinet. One at the pump discharge on the back here. One upstream of the orifice plate. One on the roots blower housing. And one on the motor housing. There's also a magnetic pickup, and you should note the gear speed increase from measured motor RPM to the roots blower RPM. And that's labeled on the clear enclosement or encasing here. It's a ratio of 24 teeth to 84 teeth, so there's an increase in speed. With this experiment, there is a red book. Inside it, you have the startup and shutdown procedures, a table of channels for the data logger, and also calibration curves for instrumentation. There's one for the load cell here, multiple for the pressure transducers, and also one for the power cell. Then in the back of the book, there are sheets with uncertainties for the instrumentation. So now I'm going to show you how to start up the experiment, then I'll take some data and then show you how to shut it down. First thing you do is turn on these breaker boxes on the wall. You need both on. And as soon as you do this, you'll see numbers appear on the speed control panel. Secondly, you always want to make sure that your power supplies are switched on for the instrumentation. And then to actually run the roots blower, Simply push the green run button, adjust the speed with the 2 up and down arrows. Then to stop it, you'll push the red stop button. So I'll go ahead and do that now and take some data. Increasing the speed. You can also adjust the flow restriction valve. As you do this, you'll see the pressure increase at this pressure gauge here. Okay, now let's take some data. Simply click Do One Scan Now, and you'll see data populate the cells underneath the headers. And you can click this as many times as you need in order to get multiple data points. Okay, now let's shut it down. To shut it down, you simply push the red stop button. Okay. Turn off the power supplies to the instrumentation and turn off the breakers at the wall.